All right, so laid a pretty good foundation last week. Haven't played in a couple days. I was super tempted to just jump in and do a little experimentation and stuff, but I wanted to wait to make sure everything was captured, so I'm not bypassing any of the rules. And I'm getting some feedback here on my headset. So I'm gonna keep going with this challenge. I restarted because I went bankrupt, but I love this little startup company game, so we'll just keep doing that until some more people join us, and then we'll do whatever makes sense at the time. But what I'm trying to do is get 100% of achievements, Steam achievements, within 1,000 days of gameplay, because play the game for 1,000 days is one of the achievements, so that's the fastest I could possibly do it. And this is what I'm challenging myself to do. I also have I think that you can't actually get $1 trillion in cash. I think you can only get to $1 trillion minus 1, 999 billion. So I want to see if that's true too. Got a nice new hat for Christmas. I'm gonna put that on here. Christmas was a lot of fun. I got this little Wi-Fi light switch so I can turn my studio lights on and off from my Stream Deck, which is really cool for me. It's something I have been trying to do for a long time. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm ready to stream. There we go. Got my LVC hat. LVC is where my boy goes to school. Okay, so we're looking at startup company. Let's see. So I already got 1 million users. I think I'm gonna go for 1 million CU at 200% overclocking. And let's update that on the stream title. Let's look at what are today's goals. So what I'm gonna try and do today, so in the past, this is the transition from early game to mid game. I got the 1 million users in the first session that I did, and I moved into the next bigger office space. I got small but efficient, and so now I need to figure out how to really start. Sorry, throwing away that stuff from the hat. Really start looking to transition into scale, right? So I've got 1 million users on this site. I'm definitely cash flow positive. I'm well established. I'm starting to field some support tickets. But this is still very early in scale. I need to make social media the number one. I need to get the number one social media site. I need to get the number one in all categories. So I've got a lot of growth to do. And this is where I started to run into trouble last time, because I started really ramping up my server farm. I started really ramping up my hiring. And so I need to be a little bit more careful this time than I was last time. So I don't know if I'm going to get Overclocker this time. Just because I want to be a little bit more intentional about it. And what's something else that I could look at? So Overclocker and number one social media site. Those are two accomplishments I could have a good chance at getting tonight, depending on how fast I go. Let's just check on the achievements. 9 of 12, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 checked off in my little counter there at the top of the stream. So I think we're in good shape. We can probably go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do tonight is really scale up my hiring and start scaling up my data center and scale up the sites. So tonight's all about growth. And growth in real life also is the most expensive thing a business can do, because you got to dump a ton of resources into increasing capacity before you're going to see that revenue. So it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of speculative. But even if you have a proven revenue model, you got to put a bunch of cash out to increase your base before that starts coming back to you. So I've said a couple times that these research points are going to be super important to me. I actually think I have a researcher just sitting on the bench. Let's see if I can get that person in the game. There we go. All right. So, 100,000 registered users. I don't know what I did. I think I got that last time. 100,000 registered users? I have 1 million registered users, don't I? Yeah, okay, well, I don't know what that was about. So max feature level of at least 20. I thought I had that too. Yeah, I'm at 74. All right, there we go. I guess we just needed to have some of the milestones catch up. I think what happened was I skipped some milestones by holding back to get the small but efficient achievement in the last game. So some of this is just catching up a little bit. Do I have an investment? I thought I took this investment offer. No, that's still waiting. So let's check my valuation. 5.1 million valuation. They're offering me 5.0. So that's they're offering me a little bit under market rate, but I did take that offer, so that's cool. So this one's already done, cleared. Let's see, what else do I need to look at before I get started again? I'm gonna start working on building my hosting. I'm gonna start hiring people. Let me just go ahead and let me see how my support is. So this is just kind of checking in on where I left off last time. I don't have any support tickets waiting. I do have a supporter, but they're in training right now. So I'm gonna definitely get this person up to expert level, and I'm gonna definitely start training them up. I'm probably gonna be okay with that one supporter for the time being. So I'm thinking the hiring that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hire a couple more researchers. I might start looking at some managers. And the mistake I made last time was hiring outsourcing execs to start buying server components too quickly. So I'm not going to do that again this time. I love how I talk about this game as if it's a real business. I'm very invested in this. All right, so let's do that. I also have a little bit of a plan mapped out here for my servers when the time comes. So I'll probably try and pick up another sysadmin also. So let's look at salespeople. Do I want to pick up any salespeople since I've already done some research? I don't think so. I don't think I do. I'm not going to need any more salespeople until I at least add another site. And I don't think I'm quite ready to start adding other sites yet. So we're just going to stop doing this salesperson research. Like I could grab some people since I've already done it. All right, I'll take a couple and sit on them. Got some here, 92s. And so for these beginners, I'm looking for really like 195s and above. Same thing for all these roles. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna try for some researchers. Before, early in the game, I hired expert researchers because I didn't want to have to waste time training them. But it's always, I can always get more productivity from them down the road if I hire beginner at any level, in any role, and then train them up. So I think I'm gonna start making that transition here now. So let's start headhunting for some beginner researchers. And we'll just let the clock run a little bit and see what happens. All right, there we go. Check in on how my employees are doing. Got a couple. So let's get, actually, I'll sort these by level. Oh, where are they going? There we go. So let's get these promoted, upgrade levels. And let's make sure everybody's training. And how are we looking on contracts? So I've got a renewing contract. I'm selling 3 million, 4 million. I can probably upgrade these. I can almost double those. Let's see what I can do on my features too. All right. Okay. Let's start. We got some marketing going. How are we doing on cash? 45K in cash. All right. So I'm just kind of reorienting myself with where I left things off. So I had these contracts sold at 2.2 million. I'm sitting right here around 4 million, and I'm at 58% capacity. So if I can get that up to 70%, I'm easily in that 5 million range. And what am I researching? 5.25. All right, so let's stick to plan. We will pump up marketing. In fact, let's make marketing, let's make that, I could go 50 based on having the cash flow come in, 45, 9. I don't know if I want to go quite that crazy. So let's set marketing at 25K. I think that'll get me to the 5.2. And as soon as we flip over the day, then I'm going to prune these offers because I really want those higher priced ones. All right, so let's turn off auto renew. We'll do that for all of our salespeople here. Got them trained up. Now this guy's got to get me some better offers for sure. All right, and let's turn that one off. All right, so if you finish training, that's cool. We're gonna find some offers there. So my bet right now is that I'm gonna get to 5 million, 5.25, 5.25 million impressions before the end of 10 days. Let's see if we're gonna get a little bump here. I think I'm in good shape. Nah, I went down a little there. Let's see if is there anything going on with the site. We're losing users. Why are we losing users? Support. Okay. So this person has to stop training and handle that support ticket, and that is the problem. See, I said last time too, support something always to watch out for till I get that support satisfaction up. So the problem is if it takes too long to resolve a support ticket, it starts to impact satisfaction. And I had a ticket that was waiting, even though I had a supporter. That supporter was in training, so they weren't servicing the support ticket, and that tanked my satisfaction. So now I'm going to take a hit, and because of that, I'm going to pump up my marketing to offset those users that I'm losing until I get people back in. So I get up my satisfaction. See, I'm still hemorrhaging users. There we go. Now it turns around again. All right, so let's start this person training. I'll keep an eye on support. In fact, let me check in on my hiring. So I'm looking for these 195 pluses. 192. Could I take a 192? Nah, I'll just wait. One thing I could look at is actually hiring a couple recruiters to help me look for those people. 194. I'll take a 194. All right, so now let's look for a recruiter. I don't usually do recruiters so early in the game. That person seated and start training. In fact, we'll seat these salespeople also and get them training. That's weird that they're training as soon as I sat them down. I'm a little surprised by that, but okay, cool, whatever. All right, so we're looking to get to, oh man. That user count's gotta grow. I lost a lot of users because of that support incident. I'm going to see this get back up to 5.2. I don't know if I don't want to lose that on the 10-day renewal, but it's possible. Things happen. What are you gonna do? All right, I'm moving in the right direction again though. That's cool. All right, so 197, 196, 190. Oh, there's a 200. We'll take that guy for sure. And let's take a 196. And let's take a 197 while we're at it. See, and I said before, I'm not afraid to spend money on salary, payroll. Anybody who's unhappy, if they ask for money, I'm totally going to give it to them every single time. I think I said before I need another designer. So let's grab another designer. Just look at where we are in features. Yeah, so I'm way behind on design stuff. So let's get a beginner designer in. And I will also get these two. I'm not super picky about how I keep things organized, but I like to keep my HR managers right next to me, just because when I make hiring changes, it's the easiest to get to them there. I also always typically keep my sales reps close to me and supporters, because I view that as like my front office team or whatever. So, or back office team, I guess would probably be more appropriate. And then I have my production and researchers and all that. So, oh, I got 3 of those. Okay, so let's get these guys all training so that they can hire the same level of people that I hire. This one up a little bit more. I'm gonna need more supporters before too long. This is the part of the game where things start getting a little crazy for me. Gotta just keep track of everything. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm all right. See if we're gonna get to that 5. There we go. So I didn't quite get to 5 yet, and now I lost that revenue. So I'm going to double down, and I'm gonna make my marketing 100,000 and try and get that 5 million before I go bankrupt. Not too worried about that. I think I'm gonna be okay. Let's see how we're looking. Oh, boom, 200, perfect, nailed it. We'll just see if I recruit anybody else. Nope. All right, and back to researchers. Get this designer seated in training. You're gonna make me those components when you're done training. And in fact, do I want to look for a researcher or do I want to look for a network admin? I think I'm actually gonna look for a network admin. I'm gonna intermediate there just because I know those are the no, I can get by with a beginner there because I already have an intermediate. So let's do a beginner sysadmin. Start headhunting that. Training. Keep an eye on my ad revenue. As soon as I get to 5.25, then I can sell those contracts. There we go. One more day, I should be set. Check in on support. No support problems. And boom. Okay. So we'll turn our marketing spend down back to the 25,000. Support's in good shape. So let's take some big deals here. We'll max them out for the full days. Try to negotiate decent rate. I don't know if I can quite get them over 12 probably at this point. I think once I get some higher volume, I'll be able to get better rates. Let's try and keep them up here. There we go. We'll renew that. And we're at 75% right now. I think my next big increase. Let's see what we look like on the features. So I'm at 100 of 500 at 75%, selling 5 million. So I think my next big one is going to be 15 mil. 12. All right, so let's make it 12 mil. We'll start researching that. Probably should have started a little higher on this one. These coming with me, but I'm not going to get as good a rate as I did on that first deal. I think I'll try and hold here. There we go. All right, clear these out. Give me my 12. And then we'll fill up this last ad spot. There we go. Now I should be able to get up at like 11:30 again. There's parts of this game that I don't pay a ton of attention to. I don't totally have a strategy for salary and rate negotiations. There's a whole dynamic around the buying and selling competitors. So here, I could actually, so I'm social media, and the number one social media site is Friendbook, and I am all the way down here. So I can actually look at buying stocks in individual companies and selling them as the market goes up and down. I don't do any of that. Like, there are players who are super into that aspect of the game. I don't pay attention to it. I don't know anything about it. I don't do it at all. You do have to buy competitors as part of the game, but in terms of like buying and selling stocks, don't pay attention at all. Keep tabs on support. How's my server hosting looking? I'm in okay shape for hosting. I think I'm going to start building out my farm soon here, and I'm making some decent money each day. I did get another investment offer, so let's all right, I think with this offer I'm going to sell half my company. Let's see what so I'm at 10.6. They're offering me that's less than I'd like for 6 shares of the company. Do I care a whole lot? Yeah, I'll take it. And that should get me this sellout achievement. All right, let's hit up a quick save game here. And what does sellout look like? Sellout. 2 people shaking hands. All right, let's go open up sellout. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am synced up with the system. While we're here, let's just take a quick glance at the achievements. So these are the ones everybody got. Enjoy your stay, interview, employment machine, you're out. Fire 5 employees, fire 10 employees. No big deal at all. That'll happen later in the game. This is why it's a 1,000-day challenge. So 1,000 days in game. I guess technically, so I'll fill my retirement fund to go bankrupt on day 1,000. So that'll cover addicted, that will cover bankrupt, and that will also cover Mr. Worldwide, retire with $3.5 billion in your retirement fund. All those will happen pretty much at the very end of the game. So, not retire with that, but secure the retirement fund. So I'll fund that with all my money on hand, hit that achievement, get the 1,000 days, and go bankrupt all within a very short period of time. These investments will happen. So most of the rest of this stuff, fast support, you got to do something that is not natural, I guess I'll say, to make that happen. It's not a big deal. I think it's one that has a very low achievement rate. Like if you look at the stats for it, it's like 2% or 0.2% of players get it. I think most players totally overthink it. Once I show you my little trick, it's super easy. You can get it every single time very easily. World domination, like that takes a little bit of work, but that's kind of where we're headed. Bankrupt, we talked about. When I first did collector, I thought it said 1 million of the same component or module. So I went a little bit above and beyond on that one, but we're okay. Researcher, again, those research points are going to be super valuable late in the game. I got to really jump on producing those. Overclocker is probably one of the ones we're going for here before too long. I think I already saved the game, but OCD tells me to do it again. Okay. Yep. Upgrade. Start training. Where are we on these sysadmins? Okay, let's see. Did we get a nice sysadmin here? These are beginners. Okay, so I'll take a 199 for sure. Anybody else look good? No. All right. So let's think about what we want to do with you. We'll get this guy seated. 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna start. You're still doing 1, 2, 3, 1. All right. Okay, so let's have you switch back over to find me a researcher, and we'll start filling up those researcher slots. Everything's looking good here. No support problems. All right, let's go check on a server center. Yeah, we want to get some hosting going. And I get a milestone for that because I purchased a hosting building. Okay, so the thing that I want to keep in mind as we look for hosting is that I'm going, so one of the accomplishments is the overclocker. Generate 1 million computing units, CUs, of capacity at 200% overclocking for all servers. It's very difficult to build a server farm and then go get that after the fact. So the easiest thing to do is to build servers at 200% overclocking early on. So that's going to be the focus here. And I know I'm going to need, actually, so I built a little spreadsheet. Let's see if I can share it. Startup company inventory plan. Yeah. All right, so can you see that? No. Let's see. There we go. So this is my spreadsheet. I take this game way too seriously. So here's my overall component need. I can keep track of the feature requirements for individual sites. Like, we may end up talking more about this. I have a whole like cross-reference of the number of units required to build the features. Like, have I mentioned I spend way too much time playing this game? Like, it's kind of embarrassing to share this with people, but you know, it is what it is. So I was playing with the server balancing, and what I found was that at 6800 CU, I could have database, cache, and web servers all balanced. But I think that's just too small. That's not going to get me to the million fast enough. So at 5,000, I can do 5,000, 5,000, and 5,100, and that gets pretty close. So there again, you know, OCD wants me to make that perfect, but we'll just live with that as it is for now. So what this means is that we'll need the 1U, the 2U, and the 4U components all unlocked. So that means the 1U components, the 2U components, and then the 4U components. Did I do that right? Yeah. These are the 4U components. So I need another 2,600 research points to be able to unlock those. So we're actually just going to let that sit for a minute. I think I can actually get this milestone using the shared hosting. I don't think it actually has to be, does it have to be my own? Yeah, I guess it's got to be in my data center. All right, let's check on training for these cats. Get them upgraded. Oh, start training. And I need these cats upgraded so that they can do the same kind of recruiting that I do, which means to recruit expert level employees, they also have to be expert level themselves. Actually gonna bookmark this with my rest of my shortcuts. I can always get back to it. Otherwise they won't be able to recruit the level that I can recruit. 94. Okay, close enough. Oh, we're almost full of desks here too. We're gonna have to upgrade offices again soon. Let's check in on our finances. So we've got good money coming in, 136,000 a day. Our user growth is good. We're gonna have to, let's see, where are we on upgrades here? Gotta get that guy trained up. Come on, Victoria, what are you doing? Need you trained up. We're not gonna hire another designer, but I think I'm gonna stop training just because I want to see some production here. Marketing's looking good. Support's looking good. Let's check on our supporter here. Upgrade, start training. Upgrade, start training. Upgrade, start training. How are we looking here? All right, get you upgraded. Investment opportunity. All right, let's check where so we're at 12 point. Wow, we've got last investment, we're at 5 million. Now we're at 12.6 million. 12.7. Let's see where we're on this offer. 1.3. All right, we're definitely gonna take that. Now we're getting some good valuations. Nice. And I said before, taking loans, selling off parts of the site, none of that concerns me. It gets me cash in my pocket right now. I can reinvest that in growth, and I know that I'm going to be making tons of money down the road, like more money than I know what to spend. So I will easily pay this back late in the game. So I'm totally fine taking on this essentially debt early on. No problem at all with that. I am super tempted to start looking at buying capacity though. Man, I really want to see these features getting upgraded. I really want to see these features getting upgraded. Getting a little antsy about that. That's where I always run into trouble. All right, maybe I can hold off a little bit though. Investment offers are in good shape. I mean, I can pay these, I can take these, whatever. I'll just take that. Another 2 mil. All right, so I've maxed out my loans. I'm taking investments. Got 6 million cash on hand. Long run, that's not very much. Take it. Seriously, just ask for money. It's yours. In fact, I'll just give everybody a bonus. That'll get everybody's mood back to 100%. We'll keep everybody on track here. Where did we leave? Oh, 196. Take it. 200, definitely take it. 195, I'll take it. 195, I'll take it. Do I need more researchers? I'm definitely in the long run going to need more researchers. Do I need them right now? You know what? I think I'll do a little bit more hiring on researchers. In the meantime, we are out of desks. Let me hit a quick save. Nothing's changed on achievements. Correct. All right. So at this point, I don't have enough cash to move up to the next office space. But I definitely want to hire more people than my 20 that I can have right now. Oh, I meant to go to the map. So I am currently in this space. I could go to here. What's this space look like? 100,000, 22 a month. This is going to cost me $1 million. 80 seats. I think I'm actually just gonna go. Do I want to go straight there? I'll just take the one step. In some games, if my cash flow is high enough, sometimes I'll just make the leap up into the bigger office building, but not really feeling that right now. I'm trying to be. This is me being conservative, if you can't tell, because I went bankrupt the last time, and I don't want that to happen again. All right, let's check in. Start training. Oh no, I need to start training. You are training. You are training. Training. Let's just look at it this way. Let's make sure that everybody is training the way they're supposed to be. Get this person hooked up. I'm still waiting on research points for my hosting stuff. Did I need the 2Us? Yep, 1s, 2s, and 4s. So we'll get those unlocked. And then I need both of these also unlocked. So I'm still waiting for another 1,800 research points. How are these guys looking in the meantime? All right, we'll start you doing some training. This guy. All right, these cats all look good. Let's check on my supporter. All right, let's stop you training and get you working on a support ticket. So when you get back into work, there you go. Boom. Killed it. See? I'm glad I checked in there, because that kills me every single time. It's so easy to lose track of support. That's like 90% of the time. If I look over and see that my site is hemorrhaging users, it's because I wasn't paying attention to support. As was the case today. Luckily, I caught it early. I don't remember exactly what the rule is. Okay, 36 hours. So it got to 40.8 hours, and I started losing some users. I need to pay attention to that. It's like, for whatever reason, like that's the hard one for me. It'll come back down pretty quickly though. I'll get those users back. Let's check in on how's my ad revenue doing? Yeah, right here at that 5 range. That's cool. I really need to start upgrading features before that's going to change much. Because I haven't increased my user base much. This is the point in the game where I get super tempted to look at outsourcing execs and start buying server components, which is how I went bankrupt last time, but I don't know if I can help myself. All right, expert. Oh, still waiting for them to be an expert. Researchers, 195. All right, 195 I'll take. All right. You know what? Let's do some managers next. Oh, I have to research managers. Managers and HR managers too. What do I want to do first? This is so hard. Do I have more researchers to sit down? Let's see. Yes. All right, so I'm not going to start training these employees because as I'm able to get managers in place, I can set a schedule for training with the HR managers. So let's look for I'm gonna get an expert manager. So here we're looking for somebody. I guess I don't need a superstar early on. In fact, I'm just gonna, I'll do a little bit more research. How are these guys looking? Expert here? Yeah, not quite yet. All right, so let's have you start headhunting. Let's have you look for, let's have you keep looking for a researcher. And let's have you start looking for what? Another supporter. All right, so now I can keep an eye. I've got the usefulness of these recruiters is that they can help scale my hiring, so they can be headhunting the same time I'm headhunting. And what I'm looking for now is a manager to help manage these production employees, so I can just set production levels and not have to worry about that. They're also going to manage the researchers, because then I can connect them to a hiring manager or an HR specialist. What is it called? HR manager, who can also manage like the days off and the working hours and the training schedules and all that. So that's going to be super helpful to me. Then I can set like 1 day of training a week without having to put people on training all the time, and they can cycle them that way a little bit. That's going to be helpful. Upgrade, start training. These 2 salespeople aren't doing anything anyway, so I'm just letting them train until I start building out additional sites. Checking on support. Everybody's happy. No deals. Marketing is still running. Hosting's in good shape. Sites close to maxed out. Let's do some upgrades here. Yeah. All right. Once this one goes over, I need those research points. Pump them out. Pump them out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. It's tough having beginners and expert mixed in here. 60,000. Nobody really stands out to me, so let's wipe those out. And you are going to start looking for what? See if you're looking for a researcher also. 99 supporter? Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Supporter 87, 320. All right. I think you are my supporter guy here. No, researcher. Supporter. All right, so let's stop looking for a supporter and start looking for additional researchers. Gotta get some good researchers in. Do I have any more seats? Oh, I got plenty of seats. All right, so we'll get my other supporter here. Start training. Yeah. Good shape, good shape. Okay. Anybody to seat? No. Mm. 96. For an expert, I want somebody who's as close to 400 as possible. And they're giving, like, I should get somebody decent soon. I don't know though. Not loving what I'm seeing there. 195. Take another 195. Take another 195. All right, we're gonna, 284, man, that's low. I'll stick with this strategy for a minute here. So I headhunted a superstar employee, and what that means, if I look at these, it'll show me that somebody's like, where were they? Yeah, 874. So for an expert employee, the maximum is 400. But if somebody's a superstar, they're well beyond that. The problem is I can't hire a superstar employee until I have, I don't know, one of the research projects done. I don't remember which one, but I don't. So I can't, it tells me that I have that, but I can't actually hire that person. It doesn't do me any good. 197, I'll take that. All right. I'm kind of stuck here until I get more research points because I can't do the hiring that I need or build the servers that I need. See, I don't love that, and I think I'm gonna take it. All right, so I'm gonna make this manager in charge of these people. Can't put them where I can see them. Okay, so Victoria, Lucinda, Kate. I guess I can do it by role. So we want these two, designer, and these two. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the benefit of a manager is that I can create a production plan. Production plans have always confused me. I really don't totally know what the point is. But whatever. So I don't mean that I don't know what the point is. What I mean is, because of the way dependencies work, it's very difficult to make sure you've got enough of something to keep downline production going without overproducing at this level. And none of the options totally make sense to me if I want to just have like a certain group that produce as much as they want, and then a group that just keeps maintenance levels on hand. Very difficult to keep track of, and I don't know how it works. So what I'm gonna do is just make these 200, 250, and because the network components at this point I only need for my server room, and so I don't want to spend a lot of time on that when I could be upgrading features. And then here again, all I really need from the designers is these two things. So I want them producing those. I should hire a designer. Should definitely hire a designer. Lead developer, don't care about. Marketer, I don't care about. Sysadmin. So if I remember correctly, and I wish I did, I think it's 333. One of these I don't need, but two of them I do need. So I'm just gonna keep them on that schedule. And as soon as I can figure out which of these I don't need, then I'll just stop producing them. Okay, so this manager, oh, see, another thing. Super important to pick that, or else you'll just have people sitting idle. Okay, everybody's got their assignments. We can let that manager train. And what are we gonna do here? All right, so I'm close to them. I maxed out on my features. Let's upgrade a little bit here. What's that do for us on users? All right, that'll let us pick up a good chunk of new users. Check in on my headhunting. Sort these by type. 192 I could take. Not great. managers. Still can't hire that superstar. So let's now revisit where we are on hiring. So let's look for beginner managers. All right, beginner managers and researchers. That's what we're looking for. Those go for a bit. How are we doing on research? We get our hosting that we need. All right, and I still need these racks, so I still need another 1,000 research points. Oh, I saw 197 in here someplace. There we go. All right, all right. So what we're gonna do with these managers, these new managers, I like to keep these in rows. So what I'm gonna do is make this new manager in charge of, I can't keep track of like which two researchers. So let's just say, I don't know, whatever, this one and this one. This one. Beginner manager can manage 3 employees. I always set the production plan just in case I lose track of something and don't see it, and then we'll start them training. And short term, they'll get a small boost from their manager. Longer term, when I start hiring HR managers, the HR manager will be able to set the hours, working schedule, and training for these people. So I want to build up that I've got all these supporters managed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's perfect. I like that block right there. All right. Check in 194. I want to take a 194. I'll take a 194. I prefer 195s. Oh, there's a 196. Let's get this researcher seated. Let's get this manager seated and managing some of my researchers. Give them our production plan, start some training. All right, we're in good shape. I thought I'd be. Let me just check on where I am. So I thought I wanted to look at Overclocker. And I wanted to look at #1 social media site. I haven't started building my server farm yet. And if we look at competitors, I am currently the number 10 of 11 social networking sites. So I've got a good foundation. I really got to start building my user base, but I'm not producing a ton of units in-house. And I haven't unlocked. This is going to hurt me. This is going to hurt me. Because I'm both not hiring and not bringing in outsourcing executives. I've got to get some outsourcing executives on hand. All right, let's get these research points going. I need to get, what do I need for outsourcing executives? 2,000? Oh, I need 2,000. All right, let's get there fast. It's only gonna take me a couple days now that I'm on track here. Just check in on the, oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, nice at 200. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, 199 for a manager. Nice. They'll develop. There we go. There we go. What's going on with my music? I think it's just a song that it's a little quiet in the background. Okay. Where were we? researcher, manager, probably none of the rest of these are really stepping up yet. Support's in good shape. Let's check it on my supporters. Get you upgraded in training. These cats are fully upgraded. Just checking on employees overall. Everybody looks to be in good shape. Let's just make sure that my researchers are all working and not training. Because right now I need those research points more than anything. I could start unlocking my servers, which I'm gonna need. My server capacity is still doing okay, not great. Oh, there's a manager. 90. All right, I wish I had made more progress here tonight. I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit longer. Let's see if I have a breakthrough. Almost all of my researchers under management. I don't need too many more managers right now to be able to support a pretty good staff of researchers. I'll keep looking a little bit more. Otherwise, I think I'm in pretty good shape. So I don't like that this is above 1 CU. So let's work on upgrading the server a bit. Now I got that to 99. I think if that's fully maxed out, I can actually get that down to about 0.2 if memory serves. So that's a great way to keep my CU down, my hosting requirements down without putting a ton of money into servers. So I like to focus there. My problem is I have to both increase users and increase efficiency, and I'm not producing enough units. My general strategy is to rely on outsourcing execs to buy units. But because that's how I went bankrupt last time, I was being a little more conservative with respect to getting that started. And now I'm at the point where I'd really like to have that going full speed, but I don't have the research points to hire those people. So I'm a little bit stuck in the middle right now. So in the short term, I'm just going to keep hiring researchers and managers and see what happens. Keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best. All right, probably only need maybe like one more manager here. Let's see where we are. Yeah. Get some researchers seated. So easy to forget to set up a production plan. It's so easy to forget. Like there's these little things. Keep an eye on support tickets, making sure managers have production plans assigned. Right there, boom. So that's not super critical because they're managing apparently nobody. That's okay. I don't love having managers sitting idle, but not having production plans assigned, not having supporters responding to tickets. Like those are big things. Super easy to get stuck on that stuff if you're not paying attention. Super easy. I'm just looking for one more manager, and then that'll be it. Keep bringing in some researchers here. Let's take a quick scan. 196, take it. And then we'll just do a quick finance check while we're here, kind of just inventory everything. All right, let me get these cats seated. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will upgrade the manager. Get some more assignments made here. Probably upgrade this manager. Make some more assignments. All right, so let's just kind of run the numbers here. Nobody's on support. So I've got some capacity, but not enough that I'm ready to renegotiate all those contracts. I'm bringing in users. My marketing is still running. Yeah, I've got a little bit of capacity here to grow. I think my big thing is going to be the server. I got to keep an eye on server usage and user count, and really start thinking about moving towards starting to build up my server farm. The competition there is against hiring an outsourcing executive, so I can probably get by without upgrading my server farm, but I need the 2,000 research points for the outsourcing exec before I spend 1,000 points on what I need for the server hosting. So that's really what I'm racing towards right now. I'll check in on my employees, make sure everybody's getting promoted. There's not a huge benefit to upgrading a researcher at this point, only because I'm not going to put them back to research, and it's just going to cost me another 3 grand, but whatever. All right, fine. Oh, all these people getting ready to be promoted. All right, whatever, just going to do it. Are people being seated in training? Is that something that changed? I've never noticed that before. Who did I just seat? No, none of these people are in training. Maybe I had started people training before and forgot. I don't know. That seems strange. Is there a ghost in the game? I don't know. All right, so I'm about to get 1,000 research, my 2,000 research points here, and oh, the day ended. So close. There we go. All right, so let's unlock outsourcing executives. Take one more glance here. 499. All right, there's my last manager. See, I recruited at 200. I'm gonna take it. I already did that research. It's hard to research at 200, so I'm gonna hire that even if I don't have a job for him right away every time. Talked about the benefit of hiring in other streams. 196. Yeah, all right. You got me. All right, let's see where I am. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 employees to sit. Set up another row of desks here. Seat my other 2 researchers. Now these people are not training, right? Yeah, I don't know where I saw that. It looked like somebody was training when I first sat him down. I'll get some assignments going here. Researcher, researcher, researcher. Now you, I do want training. And what do we have left? Can I put a desk here? No. Let's move y'all down one. And there, all right. Training. Get to production plan. I will always assign a production plan to a new manager, even if they're not managing production employees, because sometimes later in the game, I'll just start mixing and matching managers a little bit more. And I never want to assign a production employee accidentally to a manager who doesn't have a production plan running. So I just do it every time, just out of standard practice. All right, we'll make you manage them. We'll let you manage me and the supporters. We will go make sure this, oh, so close. Upgrade, start training. While I'm thinking about it, go check in on support. Okay, so now let's check our headhunting. Gotta think here for a minute about what I want to do. So I do not want to hunt any more managers. I already cleared this, right? 95. Yeah, okay. So I want to look for outsourcing execs. Is there anything else I want to look for while I'm in here? I guess I can just keep looking for researchers with the rest of these. Yeah, let's do that. Outsourcing execs, I don't really care about their speed or qualifications, because all I need them to do is buy contracts, and it takes no, like, there's no efficiency gain. There's nothing special about it. I don't have to upgrade them. I don't have to train them. I don't have to do anything with them except have them. All right, I didn't. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I move this one over. This one here. Oh, apparently I had more than 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, no problem. I'll just check in on my researchers. Any good hire? Oh, there's one. All right, so I'm actually going to have, all right, there's a couple things going to happen here. One, we're only looking for researchers right now. Two, oh, got a couple set. Got my outsourcing execs. So we're going to start getting them some contracts. So, oh, one short. All right, I think all of my Yep. This one's just kind of extra for the time being. All right, so I can come over here and unlock my hosting equipment that I need, and I can start building servers. I've got my outsourcing execs. I can start buying parts. I've got my researchers running. I can pretty much just let them run and keep hiring at this point. And let's see if I can do anything here. Oh, I can. All right, well, let's take a big bump there. All right. Increase marketing. So I'm going to start buying components. I don't want to go bankrupt. Does that make sense? So let me just experiment with how many parts I can bring in before I start going crazy on my marketing budget. But before that, I'm going to come over here to my hosting room. And what I want to do is see how much it costs me to build out a server. So as I shared before, I'm actually going to reference this spreadsheet. And so when I build my racks, I'm going to use 2 4U web servers, 1 4U cache server, a 4U, 2U, and 1U database server as my base. So a 4U cache, 2 4U web servers at 5,000, and then a 4U database server, a 2U database server, and a 1U database server. All right, and that fills 19 of my 40 slots. Now, the problem with doing much more than that is that I'm going to have cooling problems. So let's see what it takes to configure. All right. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this so that I can compare that to my So my production plan, I think, actually looks pretty good because I'm 3-to-1 on these components. I think if I stick at that level, I'm actually pretty good. I don't know. Am I missing anything? All right, let's configure these up. Oh, I forgot to do here's another one. If I'm going for this and I miss one server, I lose that accomplishment. And here, so at 100% cooling, I was not having heating problems. At 200% overclocking, I'm having cooling problems. So now I got to add in some rack coolers. Till my servers cool down. And now I've got empty rack space, but not enough that I can build a whole nother, like I need another 20U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can I stick anything in there? So I could look at this. That's 14U. And get another 68 in there. I feel like there's something I could do with that server space. All right, I don't love having that empty space sitting in there, but I'm also worried about cooling. Let's see. definitely can't add another. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save the game. Now, one of my rules is what I call that there's no rescue save. So what a rescue save means is if I go bankrupt and get an achievement, I can't undo that achievement by returning to an earlier save point. It doesn't mean that I can't return earlier save points. It just means that if going to an earlier save point would essentially undo the achievement, then I can't throw away that save point just to get an achievement. So I'm gonna save the game, and I'm gonna experiment a little bit with the server here. And if I mess anything up, it is within the spirit of the rules and the letter of the rules to go back and undo that. So we're just going to play around a little bit here, because what I want to see is now that I also got once I get to 10 million users, I'll get another flood of investment opportunities, I think, also. All right, so I want to add a little bit more to the server without overheating it. So I think what I'm gonna do is start with another 2U cache server. So that's 1200. Now what if I do 4 web servers? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1200. 12. 2U database server. And a 1U database server. All right, let's see what happens. Max these out for overclocking. I feel like I might actually have balanced that. Let's see what happens. Okay, and then let's fill it up with rat coolers. Can we get there with rat coolers? Oh no, I'm still overheating. That sucks. All right. So let's get this stuff out. And we're probably going to use that save point, but we'll just take one more shot here. See if we can get this balanced and fill in some components here. Okay, so let's still go with that 2U cache server. Let's do 2U web servers. 12, and then a 2U database server. And a 1U database server. All right. Oh, gotta crank these all up so they're overheating. It's always the problem with overclocking. Overclocking means overheating. And let's try to add these coolers back in, see if we can get it down enough. Close. close. Oh, look at that. Ah, still overheating. By just a little bit. You know, I think we're gonna take that. I think we're gonna take it. Just fill in that last slot. We're not totally balanced. I don't. What could I do to bring? Can I bring that any closer? What do I have for cache servers? I've got a 4 and a 2. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do with those. He's 700? Am I 700 off? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. I don't see too much benefit in fiddling with it too much beyond that. I'm not overheating. I'm reasonably well balanced. I think that's what we're going with. And I am not going to undo the save. All right, I think I'm in good shape. Let's actually remove our shared hosting instances. I don't know that I need to do that, but I kind of like to just keep them all studied here. So here again, opportunity where I think I went astray last time was to overinvest in my server farm just to get this Overclocker achievement, and I probably hurt myself, hurt my own growth by being a little too aggressive with that, just to get the achievement. And then on top of that, I compounded it because I was also buying a bunch of components using the outsourcing executives. And that was what led to my bankruptcy. So definitely going to not do that again. I've already, saved myself one of those mistakes. So what I'm going to do to get Overclocker is I basically have this built. Fully overclocked, 200% on every server. So if I just duplicate these until I get to the million CU, then, and it looks like it's only going to take, 10 of these or so, then I won't have any problem with that. I'll just do it as I need it. Right now I'm at 10% usage, so if I get up to 50% again, then I'll add a server until I get to the 200, to the million CU mark a little bit more organically than I have in the past. So we're just going to let that ride. Now the thing to look at is what to do with these outsourcing executives, because that's where I can really start to grow. I'm making 100,000 a day and I've got 10,000 in the bank. The problem that I run into is if I go too crazy, UI component, backend component, graphic, blueprint and graphics, I think. Let me just consult the spreadsheet to make sure. Where do I have that listed here? So landing page. Nope. How do I unhide these? I don't remember. Oh, I haven't filtered, that's why. UI backend blueprint graphics. Oh, I lost it. UI backend blueprint graphics. So if I do, the max I can do is 500 of each of these. So if I did that, it's telling me it would cost $1 million to buy those. And if I did 10 of them, I should be okay. But this is where I went bankrupt last time. So what I'm gonna do, what happens if I do 100 of each of these? If I do 100 of each of those, I can get them in 3 days for $200,000. If I do 10 of those, it's 2 million. I should have $8 million left. Does that track? Does the math check out on that? I think it does. Do I trust myself? All right, so for fun, and I showed this last time too. Let me see if I can load up my macro tool here. This is kind of crazy. To add further proof to the argument that I spent way too much time playing this game, I've built this little macro tool. Oh, I'm sorry. I use this macro tool, Plover's macro creator, and I've built out this macro that will load a config file that holds the part lists to one of the things that I want to build. So I'm going to load the homepage components parts list, feed it into this macro, and what it's supposed to do is for each exec, it'll click on it, load the page, create the task as specified, and then click on the next one and do the same thing to the end of the row, and then come to the top of the next row and go through that as many times as I tell it to do. So since I only have one row of 10, it's only going to run one time. And if it works, it's going to have them go through and load these number of parts that we talked about. And if I look at the front page, homepage components. So here's the list for homepage components. And I'm going to change these to 100s. And when it runs, it should set them each to order 100 units of each of those in 4 days. And if the math checks out, I should be left with 8 million by the time those all come in. I'm going to save the game. Yeah, and if I go bankrupt, I'm done. But if I can avert that kind of disaster before we get there, then save point is fair game. So I'm going to start the macro creator. I'm going to put my cursor in place here and hit F3. And there it goes. Oh, it's off somehow. Did this to me last time too. I think I have my coordinates off by 1. Oop. I gotta figure out, I messed something up with this creator here. That's disappointing. So it's doing part of what it's supposed to do, but not all of it. And I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting there to figure that out. It's leaving the mouse cursor in all like wonky places. All right, well, close enough. Let me just stop that from running. I feel like every time I used to play with this on the other monitor. Like right now on my left-hand monitor, I used to play on my right-hand monitor. But just for the purpose of the stream, it makes more sense for me to have it over here, I think. Because when I'm looking at this side, it's kind of like I'm looking at the screen. I think that might be what kind of messed up my macro tool here though. So let's just do a quick check. Did everybody get assigned their tasks? Yes, they did. What are these going to cost me? Estimated market value. All right, we'll let these get assigned. Now I thought they were telling me they'd come in at like 100,000 or 50,000. No, 200,000 is what they said. So I should be okay. So these are coming in at about 200,000. I've got 10 of them. That should cost me about 2 million. I should be okay. Should be okay. So this should take me down to 8 million as these all get delivered. I can live with that. Fingers crossed. And boom, there they go. 8 million. Okay, deal. So if I max those out, it would be 5 times as much. It would have taken me to negative 10 million. Would have been 20 million instead of, is that right? No, instead of 2 million, it would have been 10 million. So it would have got pretty close to wiped out. But here's the cool part. So I produce now, what, 1,000 units. So I have a lot more room here for upgrades. So I'm going to put a lot of that into efficiency. And what you'll see is that I now have brought it down from 1 to 0.6. So that's a big benefit of increasing efficiency like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I gotta figure out why it's moving those though. You wanna spend a minute here with me looking at that? You probably don't. Can't imagine it's very exciting. The only thing that initially comes to mind is I had to adjust the desk size. So I'm actually thinking maybe, what if I switch these? What if I make that 91 and that 53? That's just like a total guess, just based on prior experience. Might not make any difference at all. I don't think it's going to make it worse because it already doesn't work, but let's see what happens. No, that was not the problem. I mean, it's kind of closer. I don't know what these are doing. I gotta figure out. All right, I'll have to troubleshoot it in between streams or something. I feel like it's related to that, but I've had to do all kinds of weird stuff with like the timing of it, and it's just a little finicky. So we'll do this one more time, and then up. So this will take me from 8 down to 6. I'm still making my decent cash. I'm still not having any support problems. And then after this, my server's still good. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll probably wrap up here. No major milestones in this video, this stream, but I think that's okay. I'm back on track now with my production. I'm 20% in. I'm about to hit day 190. I'm on day 199 right now. I'm about to hit day 200. I think I'm gonna get these things delivered here on day 200. I'm starting to see my research points build up, so things are moving in the right direction. Oh, those seem to cost me more. What happened? Those did cost me more. Wow. So got a little lucky there. I need to pay attention to how much the offers are. I think I didn't catch that the price went up on those components, so got a little lucky there. All right, well, that notwithstanding, we will move ahead. Get to see how far I can get these maxed out. Okay, so I'm going to keep buying parts. We're going to keep increasing the size of the site I think now that I've been able to do that, I'll try and make another big push for users. Try and get to that 10 million milestone. I can't quite support 10 million yet, but I can easily upgrade the features to get to that level. So in the meantime, before we talk again, I will troubleshoot this little tool. Let me check in on my achievements and hit a quick save game. Save that, check on my achievements, 10 of 9. Just confirm that against my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, everything's still lined up. And what are we gonna do for next week? So I don't know if it's actually tomorrow, but we'll just say tomorrow for now. So I'm gonna get Overclocker. I'll get the #1 social media site. I'm gonna just push these things through. Good progress today. Started building, got some things unlocked that we need to unlock. Started doing some hiring that we needed to do. So I feel pretty good about it. I guess I thought maybe we'd get a little bit farther in the time today, but hour and a half is not a bad session. And I think we're on the right track. I'll troubleshoot my macro troubleshooter, and we'll talk again soon. All right. Later, Gators.